What's going on YouTube? Nathan back with another video presentation. Hope everyone's off to a great week. Before we get into the video, there's some things that I want to say up front. This Friday, I'm going to produce part 2 to Ice Cube, the video that I just put up. I strongly suggest you take a listen to that video. In that part 2, I'm going to talk about a couple things. I saw a podcast with Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. And they were essentially talking about, their reactions and their feelings towards Ice Cube, how they feel about it. But there were some things that were said that really drive the point that I was trying to make. So be tuned in and be ready for that video Friday. I'm also going to produce still the 10th inning program review for the show Friday. So be on the lookout for that video as well. You should have titled this video. I didn't really want to make this video, to be quite honest with you, because I wanted to make sure everything that I was going to say in this video was precise and clear for y'all to understand where I'm coming from. First, I want to take the opportunity. There's two things. One, I want to congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers for winning the World Series. I know these last 5 seasons have been hard for them. One can only imagine the pressure, the amount of people who don't know a lick about baseball. Let me rephrase that. There are some in the sports media industry who hop on that bandwagon and hop right back off it when the team sucks or they disappoint. I'm happy for Clayton Kershaw. For the most part, he's, in my personal opinion, I think he's been the most ridiculed really in the last 5 years. I'm happy for him. Happy for Dave Roberts. There was one particular journalist, I'm not going to say who he is, who virtually was saying, I think it was after game 3 or 4, can't remember off the top of my head, when he pulled out, he had Kellen Jansen in the game. I think it was game 4 or game 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. And said, well, if this goes to 7 games or if they lose, Dave Roberts is fired. Or he's going to lose his job. But that's besides the point. I'm talking about Justin Turner. Now, first and foremost, I want to say this. I thought it was really disgusting to hear after the game the report that was a report from Fox Sports. They're saying that Justin Turner tested positive for COVID. The fact that they said it after the game made me uncomfortable. But the fact that, and people, and I've heard both sides, but what Justin Turner did really shows how we, not just as athletes, but there are some who just really don't really seem to want to take this serious. When I mean take this serious, I'm talking about COVID. Now, I want to talk about a couple things who I had an issue with. One, I have an issue with Major League Baseball. Rob Mansford, Tony Clark, Players Association, the Dodger team, the team itself, and then Dave Roberts. Now, Justin Turner has been with the team for 7 years. He's a part of that core, and I'm happy for him. I'm not taking any light from his moment. But in this instance, Justin Turner did not think clearly. He thought about himself and not about the health of his teammates and his coaching staff. Well, and also too, ownership, because ownership was on the field, and Rob Manfred. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was in the 7th inning. He was up to bat. And I personally thought he hit a home run. He hit a deep fly ball to left. But as he's coming down the dugout, coming down the steps into the dugout, I believe it was a doctor or one of the training staff members, they said, you're positive. You tested positive. And next thing you see him running back on the field and hugging and taking a picture with the teammates. Now I believe also his wife, I believe, was on the field as well. But let me ask you, I want to start with this. I'm going to start with Dave Roberts. Well, one would like to know, was he tested before the game? When was he tested? Number two, why was he even there? He should not have been playing. He should not have been at that stadium, period. He should have been at the hotel, isolating and awaiting his test results. He should not have been playing. So that's my first question. That's my question to Dave Roberts. Why was he even there? Hey, you tested, you're getting tested. You really should be at the hotel and awaiting your test results. Teammates. Hey, y'all, listen. I know y'all happy. You're celebrating. You're excited. Not one of y'all, Clayton, Kellen Jansen, Will Smith, Chris Barnes, Kike Hernandez. Not one of y'all checked Justin and said, yo, man, you need to be back at the hotel isolated. Listen, when the time is right, we're all going to celebrate together. But your health is more important than lifting this trophy up. Go. None of y'all checked him for that? Now, everyone was talking about, well, where was security? Well, how come they didn't step in? No. How come his teammates didn't step in and say, yo, Justin, go? That's who you should be questioning. It's the teammates. Justin Turner, you tested positive. Now, Bill, I want to make sure I said this right. Do you know you tested positive for the virus? Why did you go on the field? Everyone is so more about he didn't have the mask on instead of he came back on the field. Well, some are talking about, but mostly everyone is more focused on he took the mask off. He started taking pictures. You tested positive for the virus, Justin. Why are you back on that field? Why are you not in a car going back to the hotel? So there are two parties. There's three parties I'm holding accountable so far. I'm holding Justin Turner accountable. I'm holding Dave Roberts and the team itself accountable. Rob Manfred and the security that was supposed to be there. Because really the first line of defense, it should have been his teammates. That's who should have been checking him, not security. Look, man, you just tested positive for a virus. Get out of here. We'll celebrate later. Repetition. I'm trying to instill that in your mind so y'all understand where I'm coming from. This is bigger than being hosting this trophy up. Your health comes first. I've said it in that when I was talking about Mike Clevenger, Zach Plezak, Kemar Silveran, and these other athletes that need to be held accountable. But more importantly, again, we have a problem where we have people in today's society that just have this, I can do whatever I want, and don't think about the consequences. Some of us are going back to the pre-coronavirus life and thinking, oh, nothing can happen to me, or nothing can happen to anybody. Think about the potential consequences where he could have just put not only the Dodgers, his teammates, his manager, Dave Ross, who I believe who just recovered from a bout of cancer. He could have put them at risk, but could have put the Tampa Bay Rays at risk. And then also too, not some of the members of management. It was Andrew Friedman who was on the field. I can't remember the other guy who had that long speech. I don't know why, but that's besides the point. Now, Rob Mansford, Tony Clark, they don't get passes. So my question is not only to those two, but to the owners. What is your plan for next season? Is there going to be a bubble instituted? Are there going to be more tighter rules and regulations? Because for the most part, I like the way this setup. You played at certain cities, where you were playing at, the testing. That's all fine and dandy. I'm for it. But apparently, this right here, it proves my point. How there needs to be some type of bubble. There needs to be some type of system. Now, I look at it like this. I'm not taking away Justin Turner's moment. I'm not doing that. I'm simply bringing a different perspective. If I was on that field and knowing that he tested positive, I'm not comfortable going out on that field and celebrating with that team. I'm not doing it. Because what I would have done, I would have taken my ass back to the hotel and isolated. And that's what he should have done. And that's what should have been forced. What I mean, let me not use that word. Let me not use force. That should have been implemented. Hey, let's go. You shouldn't be here. But that gets a pass. You're taking away his moment. He has every right to celebrate with the team. Yes, he does. He should be isolating. And he now could have just put, again, not only his team, but the opposing team at risk, along with the coach, along with not just his team, but his coaching staff too. Now I saw the tweet he put out. Listen, I wish nothing but a speedy recovery. Hope he's doing well. Hope he's doing good currently. I do. I wish him nothing but a speedy recovery. But in this instance, we must hold him accountable. And it's not just him. You're seeing it across. You're seeing it all over. People, again, like I said, people have this mindset. I could do whatever I want to do. And don't think about the potential consequences that it can have, not just for you, but for others around you. No one thinks about that. And then you have people talking about, well, there's a handle on this. Handle on what? There's no handle. What handle? What handle are you talking about? There needs to be more accountability, and we need to start holding these guys accountable. Particularly these athletes. And what he did last night proves my point again. not taking away. Listen, I'm not mad at him, but it's the situation that I'm mad at. Because some people are willing to give that shit a pass. And no one's thinking about the potential consequences that could have for not only the Dodgers, but the Rays as well, for those players that were on that field. So what's going to be the plan for next year? The clock is ticking. Rob Manfred, Tony Clark, owners, the clock's ticking. I want to see what their plans are going to be. Now, I was going to do it, and now I'm also going to plan on doing a video with the NFL. That video will probably be put out Saturday. But what Justin Turner did, it shows two things. There's no accountability and irresponsibility. I don't see that. And that's not just with him, but it's with, there are some people in society that's around us that are doing what they feel like they can do whatever they want to do. Now, I'm not saying Justin Turner is one of those guys. I'm not saying that. Don't misconstrue my words. But in this instance, he should have been smart. He should have thought about not only his health, but his teammates' health and his coaching staff's health. And not only could he have put them at risk, he could have put the umpires at risk too. You see where I'm going with it? Does it make sense now? I wanted to make this. I didn't want to make this video. I really didn't want to make it. I had no choice. Because somebody's got to say it. Somebody has to. At the end of the day, your health is more important than hosting that World Series trophy up. There's time for celebration later. I would have told him that. That's what one of them should have told him last night. Look, man, I know you tested positive, but listen, when the time is right, we're going to celebrate together. That's what should have been said. Instead of seeing that and not think about the consequences. With that being said, like I said, be on the lookout for those videos Friday and Saturday. Also, I forgot to mention this too, and this bugged me. I didn't appreciate Mookie Betts saying he's part of the team, forget all that, and essentially Andrew Freeman also giving a pass for that. Okay, that shit doesn't. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That shit doesn't get a pass because it doesn't. And once again, this proves how selfish and how broken we are as a society, where we are not holding these guys accountable. And it's not just athletes, it's some of us, people that are around us. Where is the accountability? Where is the responsibility? Where is that? Also, I wanted to take the opportunity with the video. I wanted to give my condolences to the Wallace family, Walter Wallace, Philadelphia, if I'm saying his name right, shot and killed. It's messed up, man. That shouldn't happen to anybody. Well, it just shows we have a lot of work to do. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace. Stay up.